had to have seen it. This girl was just like standing there, like
Oh yeah.
on her phone. She got whacked and flew into another car.
Yep, into that BMW.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I
Yeah,
think,
definitely got to be on your toes.
oh my God, I think she's still in the hospital, bro. I'm serious.
Oh, I bet.
That's crazy.
That's tough.
Um, so back to detailing. What advice could you give us, um, like getting ready for like car shows and thing like that? Because I think a lot of us guys on here too, we do racing and this and that, and car shows too are pretty big. Getting ready for a car show. What would be the besides getting in after the detail shop is done, and maybe like a month later, what's the best way to prep it? Wash it, quick wax, like what do you think?
Yes. So basically, start with a nice wash. If it was just detailed in a month by now, you shouldn't have to do any paint contamination like clay bar or anything like that, because your sealant should still be protecting it pretty well. If you're ceramic coated, you just got to spray it off, spray some P&S bead maker on there afterwards. You'll be A1. I
Okay.
definitely do recommend after a wash. This is something I've always done. Is after a wash, I either use a spray sealant or a P&S bead maker. You don't have to have ceramic coated to use that, but
Okay.
it works really well. Just adds a lot of depth. And then, any spray sealant and stuff like that, it's going to help hide those little car wash scratches that you might get. And honestly, anytime you wash your car, you're going to more than most likely put a little bit of towel scratches or anything like that, especially that's just anytime you touch your paint, that's an abrasive to it. So
Yeah. They call it like
definitely,
spider scratches, right?
yep, exactly. So definitely recommend washing the car using microfibers to wash it. Same thing with drying. If you can, air dry it and then go follow behind it, because you're going to have a little water residue here and there, just with your spray sealant or detail spray with
Yeah.
some clean microfibers, and go after it that way. That way it's the least amount, because you're lubricating with the spray sealant and detail
Okay.
spray. So just keep it, anytime you're touching your paint, try to keep it lubricated. Yeah. And
Okay.
definitely got to have the tire shine on there.
Hell yeah.
Got to
Hell
have the
yeah.
tire shine. That's all.
Which
Always got to have it.
which comes to a question. Now, I'm going to combine these two questions: Plain White Fox and 88 Junkyard Fox products, because there's so much out there right now. Like
Oh,
it's
it's
almost
crazy.
confusing, bro. Like, to be honest with
Yeah.
you, so much. Like what chemicals? What do we use? What's the best? What's your favorite?
Okay. So one of my favorite sealants is it's by High Luster. It's their premium sealant. That's it. It's kind of a generic name like that. It's this purple premium sealant. Love the stuff. You can usually only buy it in bulk, but love it. Great stuff. I had good luck with Chemical Guys Jet Sealant. That works pretty well as well for sealants. And then for what was the other part of the other question?
It was blah blah blah. He was asking about favorite sealant and favorite wax, and then where did he go? Junkyard asked favorite sealant, favorite wax, and just chemical guys. Do you use chemical guys?
Yeah, so I do use some of their products. I try a lot of products just to see which one does the job better. It depends. Like I was saying, each car is different, so I can use a shine supply polish on one car, try to use it on another car, it won't work, so I have to use maybe a 3M, or so definitely I keep a lot of products in stock just to switch it up, try different things.
Yeah,
Sometimes a different product takes half the work for you, and time is money, so you want to be
yeah,
smart about what you're using. And sometimes it is worth it to spend a little more on a better product, just to get a better result.
absolutely, absolutely. And then Manny had asked, what would the cost? And I don't know if you can answer this, or maybe roughly, to have someone do a ceramic wax to your entire car, roughly.
So my starting price for ceramic coating is about $1,000 starting base price.
Okay.
Usually with ceramic coatings, you're either going to have to be polishing the car or doing a full paint correction, because you're going to lock in whatever scratches or defects are underneath. So say if you have, a bunch of just those little light towel scratches, well, hopefully, we could get it out with just a polish, but sometimes you might have to do a full paint correction because you don't want to sit there and just be like, yep, wash it and put ceramic coating on it, because you're going to lock in all those scratches for at
Right.
least 6 months to a year.
Oh, okay. How long does it
Yeah.
usually take to do that? Is that it's got to take a while if you're,
I, I, I try not to rush it, so I try to do it over 2 days.
2 days?
Yeah, one day I do the polishing correction, depending what's needed, get all the little stuff done, and then just get it set up for the next day to actually apply the ceramic, let the ceramic sit on there, get it nice and sealed up, and then,
Yep.
finish off the detail.
About what you have done to the Fox body now, what things do you want to do to it in the near future? Since you have, things are pretty lined up pretty good, but there's always something to do.
Always something. Yeah, so pretty much where it's at now is its final form with this setup. Not really going to change anything else.
Yeah.
Might change. Right now, I just have SV subframe connectors on it, so I want to switch over to the Maxim Motorsports subframe connectors.
Yeah.
Set a little more stiffness. I do have a 4-point Maxim Motorsports cage in it already. That really helped out, especially being a convertible. It really
Yeah.
changed the way that the tail end of the car moves around. So that
For
really
sure.
helped. Yeah. But yeah, so next up is, I definitely talking to PCP Allen all the time, bugging him about, hey, how much this costs? How much that costs? So definitely going Coyote next.
No
So
way.
yeah, yep.
Wow.
That's the plan.
What piqued that interest? Because it's a lot of people are, moving. I would say everyone, but I see it here and there. People are moving that direction. What piqued your interest?
Yeah, definitely driving. My buddy has a 2013. But as soon as the new 5.0 came out, I always, it's like, oh, that'd be cool, have that into the old one. So, originally, before I got my STI back in the day, I was trying to get a 2013 Coyote. That way I had
Yeah.
a 13 and a 93. But ended up getting the STI instead. But yeah, so definitely been interested in the Coyotes since they came out. My friend had one, ended up driving his a couple times, let me dog it out at the skid pad when we rented that out.
Yeah.
I just love the way that engine feels. It has a great feel.
Big
I
deal.
just couldn't wrap my head around it. And I was like, that's where I cheaped out, was the transmission. Everything else, I was like, okay, I can't do it. I was like, I could buy another Fox at that point.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. We got a couple people. We got the 626 and the 707, which is pretty good. What up, boys?
I think, what was it, a 13.2, and that was, it was spinning fourth gear, so it was just on
Yeah.
the chrome ponies with some street tires on it, nothing
And the
crazy. So
T5 too. Was that the
yeah,
T5?
that was T5 as well. So yeah, I ended up buying some drag wheels for it. Had the wheels for about 2.5 years. Ended up selling them before I even put them on. So, but
Yeah.
we'll get out there one day, maybe with this new transmission,
There
see
you
what it does.
go. You'd probably hook up really. That tranny would definitely get you boogieing down the track.
Oh, definitely a lot better. It's, yeah, I can already tell the difference with driving it. It's just power's there.
Absolutely. I got one last question, and then I was going to ask you, how people, what's the best way to get in touch with you to get their cars detailed. But um, since you've had this Mustang, and you literally brought it from you know original to now, it's making over 400 horsepower, and it's never looked its best. What advice would you give to someone shopping for a Fox body nowadays that's looking for
Nowadays,
one?
honestly, I would just, if your plan is to have something, if you didn't want to do a full teardown, then I just spend the money up front and start with a solid project. A car that runs, drives, has everything. If you want a done interior already, find one that has one. Because in the end, it's going to save you some money. Definitely, I feel like too is just finding a solid car. Like even like Alan was saying, go 4-cylinder if you're planning on swapping it anyways. Just you're gonna have the clean body, the clean the clean interior, because that body, the body and paint adds up. That's probably one of the most expensive. It gets pretty pricey, especially if you want it looking a certain way. So definitely, I, take your time too. Don't rush it. Don't jump on the first one you see. Like I said,
Yep.
it took me 8 months to find mine. So I was being very picky because I knew what I wanted. Just be picky. Unless you don't care, you just want to spend a couple thousand, just enjoy it, have fun, or you know find it real cheap, tear it all down and redo it all. If that's something you want to do, go that route. But yeah,
Yep.
I definitely wanted to have my whole goal was a car that I could drive, look good. The car looked good while I was building it. So it was never,
Yep.
never in this full on, beater state. Nothing wrong with that, but that's I wanted a nice daily driver because it was going to be my only car. So nice daily driver, and then that opened Hell's Gate, and
Yeah.
there goes the savings account.
Dude, that's the best advice, man. And Alan said that as well too when he was on like the four cylinder shell body car is a great slate to work off of because it just doesn't have the abuse that a lot of these V8s have gone through already.
Definitely.
You know. Um,
Yeah.
before we talk about the deep, did you want to pop your hood and show everybody? Or I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. I can
Yeah.
do a little walk around in interior, show the interior.
Okay. Yeah, we got a couple minutes left, so.
All right. Yep. So I got the original Pony R's, the Marymount Pony R's. So 17
Yeah,
by
I
8 up
love that,
front,
man.
and then the 17 by 10s in the back. So it has a nice
Woo!
little lit. Um,
Hell yeah.
kept the luggage rack, of course.
That's sexy. Yep.
Yep. Got the Flowmaster 3-inch tailpipe.
Clean.
Yeah. Kind of see the cage poking through the back window.
That's a new top, Gabriel?
Yeah, so the original top, it just started shrinking a little bit on the sides. This
Yeah.
one's starting to shrink a little bit as well. So goal is to get a canvas top.
Very nice.
Yeah, so this is the interior.
The
All
black.
original. Yep, all original except, of course, her shifter and the radio, and then the boost gauge and air fuel ratio.
Oh,
Um,
there you go.
got to
Got your
stay protected
mask.
with the mask. Yep. Yeah, so we got the Maxim Motorsport 4-point. Doesn't take up really any room in the back seat. I had my mom and dad in the back when we were down in LA cruising
Oh,
around
yeah.
Pacific Coast Highway, so we all fit in there. So
Oh, that's
yeah,
perfect.
we'll
That's
pop
so
the hood.
Are your gauges analog or digital, Gabriel?
So they're analog. The only one that's
Okay.
digital is the air fuel ratio.
Okay.
No, yeah.
Dun,
This
dun,
hood's a
dun,
little
dun.
tricky to open the hood.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Drop top gang. What up? What up? They're meant to be driven. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's a little dusty because I had to put the stock fan back on. Kept having issues with the electric fans. So I
Yeah.
ended up putting the stock fan back on, not one issue.
Oh, wow. What electric fans did you try out?
Shit. I had the
DC
contour
motor?
fans. Now I had the contour fans for a couple years. It
Yeah.
was okay when it was naturally aspirated. Second, I put it, but even then, anytime I did donuts, did a burnout, got on it, it would heat up and then cool down as I was coasting.
Yep.
And then ended up buying the Black Magic, the $300 fan.
Yeah.
Ended up buying that one. Couldn't even keep the car cool.
No
So
way.
sold
Wow.
that. Yeah. Sold that and just threw the stock fan back on, stock radiator too. Ended up getting rid of the 3-row. Not
And
one
it's
issue.
fine.
Yeah. Drove LA back, no issues. Donuts, it loves it. So it's great.
There you go, man.
Yeah. So this is a pretty little cool, neat thing that I always love is the ride tech. So you don't have caster camber plates anymore. So
No.
this is
Oh, cool.
yeah. So you get these because you get a camber bolt now. So that's how you adjust the camber.
Oh, okay. So I
Yeah.
like that. I don't even honestly, I haven't seen that maybe but once.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Definitely. That was one of the things I liked about the kit was those plates right there. So yeah. Yeah. But pretty much, I mean, doesn't look too crazy. It's a little dirty, that stock fan. The second you clean the engine, the second you start it up, it's dirty again.
Yeah, blow. Yeah, even
Yeah,
my fans. Yeah, blows everything everywhere.
definitely. Yeah, so I mean, got the MSD, the 6AL2, so it has two-step, all that fun stuff.
Hell
Um,
yeah.
yeah, so pretty much, nothing crazy. This is all, just kind of me and my friends built it in 5 days in my parents' driveway. Had the motor out, engine bay painted, back in 5 days. So,
And you guys did together? Did you guys do the internals together too?
so it came with the rotating assembly already together. So we just had to do like the heads,
Oh,
cam. Yeah,
nice.
yeah. So it wasn't too bad. It's kind of like Legos putting it all together.
Yeah, exactly. Who
Yeah.
did did you get it from a speed shop or from a friend? The assembly, the
For the
internal.
block, so it was actually LMR when they were selling at the time, forged 306 to 308s. Yeah, they were
Oh
selling
wow!
them already. Yeah, and then this one happened to be the Mexico block too to top it off, so it was even better. So
Damn! Wow, they
yeah, and
don't
that
sell
was
that anymore, right?
no, they don't, because I was looking on the website a while back for a friend, and they didn't sell it anymore.
Oh man,
Yeah.
bummer, bummer. So last question while we have your engine popped is so people out your way in the Sacramento area, right?
hmm
Yep. So, what's the best way for them to get in touch with you so they can get their car ceramic coated or just detailed and things like that?
Yeah,
What is?
so to hit me up about detailing, you could either hit me up on my personal page, I Can't Breathe, but I'd really appreciate it if you would do it on my detailing page, World Class Detail. It's world period class period detail. I have it on my personal page in my bio, so follow if you could, follow that. Shoot me a message. My phone number's on that page, so if you want to shoot me a text or a call, feel free. We could get you scheduled in there and get you all taken care of, get you ready for the summer.
Damn, man. I wish I was out near you, dude. I'd have you do my car, man.
Oh, definitely. I want to, have do all the foxes, put my hands on all the foxes and sacks. So hit me up.
Hell yeah. And then Ken came on. What's up, Ken? He said your car was on the baddest convertibles video. So,
Yeah, appreciate that,
congrats.
man. Thank you. Yeah, appreciate that video. Watched it a couple times. And then my nephew happened to be over. He was like, "Oh, Uncle, that's your car on there. You're famous." I was like, "I don't know about all that."
That's a pretty big deal, man. People
Yeah,
voting, you
so that
know.
was definitely pretty cool.
You detailed his brother's car, Larry's car. So, guys, he knows his stuff. If you guys want your car to look A1, top of the line, you've got to go see him. And
Yep, definitely get that reflection.
yep, look at that, man. That's ceramic coated too. So if you guys haven't had your car ceramic coated, he'll explain it to you and he can get it done for you too. So
Absolutely.
rocking and rolling, man. Well, hey, man, that's all the questions I got for you, and we nailed everyone's question on there. So I thank you so much for popping on with us tonight, and hope to have you on again at some other point. We'll see what you got going on.
Yep, definitely let me know. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate your time. Awesome what you're doing us, keeping us all, together and getting us out the house a little bit, letting us zone out during these times a little bit. So appreciate you what you're doing.
Absolutely, I appreciate that, Gabriel, and I'll keep bringing guests on as long as people will come on with me.
Awesome, man. Let me know anytime.
Awesome. Well, you guys have a good night, and I will talk to you soon, Gabriel. Take
All right,
care.
appreciate it. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
Gabriel.